Nevada lawmakers are considering a bill that could repeal some COVID-19 measures adopted during the pandemic to enforce daily room cleaning. You may remember back in 2020, former Governor Steve Sisolak introduced a bill known as the Adolfo Fernandez Law. It was named after a casino worker who died from COVID-19. That bill, in part, mandated daily room cleanings. Now a new bill would do away with the measure enforcing daily cleanings. The Culinary Union is not happy about it. In the letter, the union's saying the law was put in place to protect hospitality workers. The Resorts Association supports the bill, saying it removed COVID-era measures, but says other health and safety measures will still be in place even without these daily cleanings. The bill is being discussed in committee today.